All right, so the title of this, or the topic that I'll be dealing with, is the black community is doomed, and it's going to be specific to the power of music. A couple years ago, I made a video along this title. It was something along the lines of the black community is doomed, the state of black manhood. When I made that video, I had all the intentions or ideas to create that into a series. I never got around to doing it, but that's what I'm gonna do now. This will be a part of a series as well. Speaking of series, if you have not seen Healing the Dynamic Between Black Men and Black Women, definitely check that out. I have parts 1 through 10 uploaded, I believe. And then my other series is How to Get Your Life on Track. I think I'm at probably part 1 through 4, maybe part 1 through 5, but I'll tag those two series in this. So the basis of me going the route as far as the black community is doomed is to talk about specific things that's causing issues within our community, causing widespread issues within our community, i.e. the power of music. Second thing, I'm going to be talking about a particular interaction that I had with a young girl. So it's going to be dealing with how this music is influencing the girls, and later on they become women, but it's not to ignore, so nobody comes in the comment section or, kind of tunes out because it's like, oh, what about me and what about whoop whoop? It is already understood, especially for me. It's already understood, and I agree. The music that has been promoted by black boys and black men has been beyond degenerate. It promotes bullshit, each other up. Probably shouldn't have said that. Deleting each other. I gotta get up to speed with the code words or whatever. Anyway, deleting each other, causing harm in our community, selling things in the community, degrading each other. So the list goes on. It's already known. So don't think I don't acknowledge that. I'm acknowledging it. Now let's focus on my specific example of the interaction I had. So I mentor kids, and so we having a conversation this particular day. And the kids' age range is a wide age range, but this particular incident, I want to say the young girl was, I say was because this was last year, she may have been about 13 or 14 maybe. So we talking about music. All the kids ask me, do I know this person, that person, have I heard this song? The girl in particular, she asked me if I know SZA. And I'm like, yeah, I know SZA. I don't really know, I can't tell you a SZA song right off the top of my head, but I imagine I do have some SZA songs in one of my playlists in my phone or whatever the case may be. And so she started naming songs, asking me if I know them, and I'm like, nah, I don't know that song. That sounds familiar, but I'm not sure, can't remember. So conversation moved forward. Day ends, I go home, and I'm reflecting on the day, and that conversation came to mind that I had with the young girl that day. And so I'm thinking to myself, what SZA songs do I know? So I go to my phone, I go to the playlist, and I'm scrolling, and I'm type in SZA, and I see the first song that pop up is The Weeknd. And I'm like, no, this little girl shouldn't be listening to this. And so that's top priority on my list for the next day. Next day come, boom, right off top. I'm going right back to the conversation. I'm like, hey, do you know the song The Weeknd? Oh my God, I love that song. Going all just amped up, just turned up. I love that song. Woo, woo, I love SZA so much, and all this other type of stuff. And I'm like, why do you listen to that song? Like, why? I just love the song, and so on and so forth. But I'm like, but do you know what that song is about? And essentially she's saying no, but she's like, yeah, it's this and that, and so on and so forth, but she ain't really hitting home what it's really about. And so me, when it come to kids, I don't shy away from appropriate conversation. I don't shy away from it at all because I feel like it's not enough adults, and it's unfortunate that their parents are not having certain conversations with them. Again, I'm talking about appropriate because I'm not their parent, so I won't go down a particular route with conversation. But such as the SZA and what that song represents and so on and so forth, I don't mind going down that route. So I tell her that no, that song is promoting the fact that presumably a man has a main woman, and then he has a side piece, being the weekend woman. And the weekend woman, i.e. SZA's message in that she's fine with being the weekend woman. She's fine with being a side piece. Well, the young girl, she goes off to kind of tell me how essentially that's her. That's her experience. That's what she is. And I'm like, why are you okay with being a side piece? That does not scream that you have self-respect, self-esteem, so on and so forth. Never mind the fact that you shouldn't have a boyfriend any damn way. But unfortunately from the standpoint of I would love to be the influence to tell you how to operate, me not being your parent, I can't really go down that route with you about you shouldn't have no boyfriend at all. But being that you are talking about that's what you have, and I'm trying to keep the conversation open with these kids because they don't have adults to confide into and to get proper guidance. So I try to keep certain doors open. And so I'm telling her, like, no, you have to have a certain level of respect to yourself, that you don't allow a boy or later on a man to have you as a side piece. That's not a position you should be okay with. So we had that conversation. Oh, that would be another song from SZA. I asked her if she knew about the song where SZA was talking, I know the title, SZA was talking about something about deleting her ex or harming her ex or something like that. And another song, or it may be the same song, where she was talking about she ride for a man, she a down chick, she'll do this, she'll do that. And so I asked her if she knew that, and she said yeah. So we had a conversation about that. It's like, I know you think that's what you're supposed to do, because you love a person, you'll do this and that. It's no. So essentially, with this video, all I'm saying is that this music that we listen to, our kids and adults, it has too much power on us to where it promotes degenerate stuff on both sides, promotes degenerate stuff on men's side. Now, back in the day, there were some women that promoted degenerate stuff, but they were, one, not pushed like that widely to an extent, and then there were not as many women or young girls that's pushing that music as it is now, to where women and young girls are starting to operate a particular type of way that has amplified the dysfunction that was already going on, that we needed to correct. It then went to a completely different level, because now both sides are playing into the degenerate dysfunction from the influence of music, and got the music influencing them to behave certain ways, then change their mindset. They okay with certain things, they don't see an issue with that, this, so on and so forth. So all in all, it's just saying that parents, I understand we are not around our kids 24/7, so we cannot always be there to know what they're doing or what they're listening to. But it's a huge problem if parents do know that their little boys are listening to all this degenerate stuff on the men's side. It's a problem if the parents know their little girl is listening to all this degenerate stuff on the women's side. We have to make sure we are up to speed with that, and that they are not getting that from home. Now, if they go out and listen to it elsewhere, hopefully you catch up to it and you can put two and two together. But all in all, I'm just saying, man, we got to be mindful of the power of music and the influence it has on our community, because so much problematic, dysfunctional rhetoric is pushed into our psyche, and then that then changes how we operate, and we start acting as such of what the music is pushing, and it makes us start moving a certain type of way and thinking a certain type of way. All in all, man, I hope I conveyed the message well enough. I may not have did the best job of articulating myself with this, but I hope y'all get where I'm coming from. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all.